Hello everybody out there in the bookverse, it's Stephanie, and today I'm really excited to be bringing you another special edition box. This is another Owlcrate, and this is for the Hollowpox book. So this is the third book in the Morgan Crow series, and it is called Hollowpox, A Hunt for Morgan Crow. I have never gotten an Owlcrate Junior box before, so I'm pretty excited to see what this is like, but let's jump into it. We're gonna pop off the top, and it looks very colorful, much more colorful than the adult versions. But here is the little pamphlet. It might have a spoiler card. I don't know. It just kind of looks like, oh, yep, there's the spoiler inside there, but there's also other information, so maybe I'll check that out later. But here we go. Let's just jump into the different items. I'm gonna make a mess like usual. We'll move that stuff to the side. Ooh. I'm really excited to see what different items are in here because I've been loving the Nevermore series. So, okay, first one on top we have, oh, this is so cool. It's a little Wondrous Society pin. You can just like pin it on your jacket. This is what all the members of the Wondrous Society get once they have kind of passed their trials and been accepted in. This is such a cute, awesome item. I love this. Okay, second item, we have a shower steamer, which I'm never gonna be mad about. Does it say what flavor it is? Here we go. Okay. Oh, it's a Hotel Decalion shower steamer, and it is milk and honey smoke to soothe the senses. I like that. I could see the fancy Decalion hotel having some shower steamers there. So yes, that's the hotel where Morgan lives. And oh my gosh, yes, 100%. It's an umbrella. And if you guys have read the first one, Nevermore, you will know the significance of umbrellas in these books. This is so cool. Okay, I'm gonna try to open it up and show you guys. I might end up killing myself or my phone. Ah, success. I don't know if you can see it very well, but this is the umbrella and I absolutely love it. Oh my gosh, I love this umbrella. It is so cute. I don't know if I'll ever use it because I don't want to mess it up. It's so adorable. Okay, I'm gonna get it back in its bag later, but that is an awesome item. This is such a good box. Okay, next one, Nevermore trading cards from Unit 919. So it's gonna be her little group. I don't know if I want to open it. I do, of course, I guess. I just don't want to ruin the packaging. It's so pretty. Okay, here are our trading cards, and we have, oh, this is so cool. We have Anna, and then on the back, it'll have like their patron, their knack, their Onezic school, their interests, and their favorite Onezic class. Okay. I am in love with these cards. So we have Anna, Archon, Cadence, Francis, Hawthorne, gosh, so cute, Lambeth, Mahir, Morgan, and Thadia. Okay, that is such a cool item too. Oh my gosh. I love this box, guys. Maybe I should subscribe to Owlcrate Junior. And our next item is this really cute book sleeve that shows the door to their station 919. Oh, they're the same, but it is so cute. It's pretty little, but it's adorable. I love this. Oh my goodness, guys. Then I think this might be the last item besides the book. It says Proudfoot House Onezic Unit 919. It's kind of like a little pennant for being in the Wondrous Society school. I think this is such a cute little item. You could even like hang it like this if you want to, but I kind of like it like this, so the little tassels hang down. This is awesome. This is such a fun box. I'm really glad I did this. I was hesitant to do it because it was a middle grade book, but this is awesome. And now we're onto the book. It is wrapped in plastic, so give me a second. And here it is, Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morgan Crow. Oh my goodness. I don't really love the cover. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it that much, but that is fine. It is signed by the author, which is so awesome. I don't think it has anything else unique about it. I think it's just a regular US edition signed by the author, but we do get a cute little note from the author and this little sticker that says "Step Boldly." And you have Morgan, Jupiter, and Fenestra, so that is really awesome. Oh, wait, what else is down here? Oh, it's just a print. So we have a little print in here and it says, Morning. Oh, it is the song. It's the song that Morgan sings. The morning tide's child is merry and mild. Oh, this is beautiful. It's all shiny and it has the whole song on it. This is really pretty. I could actually see myself like framing this and putting it up somewhere because it is just so beautiful. And I kind of think the song is just a little bit on the creepy side, but beautiful at the same time. So that is the box. I loved it. I think that was an amazing box. I'm so excited about a lot of these items. I think my favorite is probably the umbrella just because it is so important to Morgan's story. It just has such good memories from reading the first book attached to it. Plus it's useful, which is awesome. And I love the cards. These are amazing. I absolutely love them. I think it's such a cool idea. So now I am going to jump into reading Hollowpox. I'm gonna film my experience reading this so you guys can kind of watch along with me. I'll do the little reading vlog dedicated specifically to this book, and you guys can follow me along if you want to. If you just wanted to see the unboxing, that's great, totally fine, but we are gonna read this book now and I am so excited for it, guys. Okay, I have jumped into Hollowpox and I'm loving it. I really felt like I knew I was going to love this book. I have loved the last two books in the series, and so the odds of me not loving this one are pretty slim, let's be honest. It's just such a good middle grade series. The characters are great, the storyline is great, it's an amazing, fun, whimsical world. It's just a good time, guys. If you want some fun middle grade, you should pick it up. But right now I'm about halfway through. I think I'm to chapter 21-ish. Just a sec. Yeah, we are sitting at chapter 21, and there is definitely some kind of commentary on social issues and political issues and things that are going on right now in the real world that is presented in a very kid-friendly way, which I like. It's easy for them to understand. So in this world, they have what are called wunimals, which are like animals. They're just as smart as humans. They can talk. They have fashion sense. They have hobbies. They are just pretty much like people, but they are animal bodies. And so they're called wunimals. And then they also have regular animals as well, which are called animals. And it talks a lot about how a lot of people look down on wunimals and they don't think that they are their equals and they discriminate against them because they are animal forms. And one of the main points of this book is that there is this illness that is only affecting wunimals, and it will make them go kind of crazy and attack people, and they lose their sense of self. They lose what makes them wunimals, and they kind of end up being like enraged animals or regular animals, and then they just go into comas. And so this virus is only affecting the wunimals. So there is a lot of political actually aspects to this where people are saying that the wunimals should be separated from the humans because they are lashing out and they are hurting them, and that it's not the humans that this is affecting at all. And so it should only be the wunimals who are separated, and that they shouldn't be able to like use public things anymore because it's too dangerous. And it's really an interesting look and take on human to human biases and different views that people may have on other races or genders or anything like that, where they can look at someone else, see that they're different, and think that they're lesser or they're not as good because they are different. And that is something that I love Morgan's take on it, where she doesn't even think about it. One, she wasn't really born in this world, and so when she came in, her patron presented these Wunimals as equals because that's the way he sees them, and so she's always just felt that way, and she just can't get how other people don't see them as equals or as important or good as humans just because they are in animal form. And I love that. I love her innocence in it, and I love how she just can't understand how people can think that they're lesser or they're not as important, or they can just be shunted aside because they are animal form. So I like that. I think it's really well done, and I think it's done in a way that kids could really recognize the message behind it, that everyone is important and everyone should be treated well and treated equal no matter how they look or how they were born or where they were born or things like that. So I really, really like that aspect to it, and it's very obviously done. It's not something that's a subtle undertone, which is good because this is a children's book, and it's nice to have these things that are done well but also done obviously so you can see the message in there. I also am really liking Morgan's storyline in this. We are getting a lot more into her powers, her arts, and I think it was a really cool idea how they are teaching her this, how she is able to learn these things in this book, because it is unique and it's very different. And if you have read the other books, you will understand why it would be difficult to teach her the things that she needs to learn, but I don't really want to say anything about that because I don't want to spoil the first two books because they're awesome and you should read them. But I am liking that. I am liking the school setting again. I think it's a lot of fun. I love her little friends. Like always, her friends and her family at the Hotel Deucalion are also amazing, and I love the found family aspect that we have in this series. And one of my favorite parts so far has been when they go to the library. I just like how they show the librarians as kind of boss and tough, and they are the fighters and the almost cops of their groups. It's just funny that the librarians have this dangerous job and they have to be all tough. So I love that aspect. And also there's this line in here that I absolutely love and I want to read to you. I read it, I'm like, yes, that is so many people in 2020. So this is Jupiter talking to Morgan, and he says, "The thing about numpties, Mog, is that they can always find plenty of other numpties to believe their numpty nonsense." Yes, so true. It's like, you're like, oh, that person's just like, they don't know what they're talking about. We'll just ignore them. But there's a bunch of other people out there who are like, yeah, you're right. Let's all hop on board with that and let's all be numpties together. And then there's the line right after is kind of cute, especially in the pandemic, but I don't think she wrote it specifically for that because this was finished before the pandemic. But he says, you know what they say, you're never more than 6 feet away from an numpty. And I was like, yeah, 6 feet. We all are very familiar with 6 feet in the coronavirus pandemic. So I'm loving this book so far. I think it is so much fun and I'm absolutely in love with this series. So I think now I'm going to just take a little bit of a reading break. I'm going to probably play a little bit of Mario Kart on the Switch. I'm not very good at it, but I just kind of do it for fun and I like it. So I'm going to do that for a while before I go to bed. And honestly, this book is going so fast that I won't finish it tomorrow because I work, but I'll probably finish it the day after tomorrow. So I will see you guys in the next clip. So I have finished Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morgan Crow, and I, of course, loved it. I feel like my last two vlogs, I have read books I absolutely loved. I gave this one 5 stars, just like I gave the last 2 books in this series. It was so well written. It's so well done. It's just a great middle grade. It has a great message. It has great characters and world building and atmosphere, and everything about it was just very enjoyable for me. So the ending was a little bit different than I was expecting. It was a little bit unexpected, just how they overcame the virus. I thought that was great, though. I thought it added a lot to the story and added a lot of depth to some characters, which was awesome. I did kind of see the turn in the character coming. A lot of this book, we got to know a lot more about our main villain, and that was awesome. And so at the end, when you see some developments along those lines, it was a little bit expected, but also really well done, really well executed. It wasn't just, oh, I saw it coming, it's not even that cool. It was still great and well done. And I think that the fact that we could see it coming showed the development and the work that went into preparing for that. I think we see a lot of change and development in Morgan as well in this book, because she is really coming more into herself. She's starting to learn who she is and her role in this world that she has been thrust into a little bit more. I mean, she's still 13, she's still growing, still changing a ton, but I think she's starting to really feel a little bit more secure in who she is. I think that the aspect of calling it The Hunt for Morgan Crow threw me off a lot. I didn't expect the hunt to be exactly what it was in this book. I expected something completely different going into it. And so this was definitely unexpected. And it did draw a lot of emotions out of me. It made me feel very indignant, and it made me kind of want to lash back if I were Morgan. And I think that the way she dealt with it was great and well done. And honestly, as an adult, I wanted to lash out at people and for the way they were treating her and what they were putting her through. And she dealt with it so well. I was very impressed for a little 13-year-old girl. So I apparently could take some lessons. But this is a great book. This is one of my favorite middle grade series out there. I would recommend it to anyone, especially any younger reader who loves fantasy. I love this series. The characters in it are just so amazing. You have such a wide variety too. There is definitely a lot of representation in this book. I love how well we get to know all the little quirks and stuff about the characters. It's so much fun for me, and I love living in this world. I wish that the next book in this series was already out so I could just jump right into it. I don't know when it's going to be coming out, but I hope that when it does, Owlcrate does another special edition for that book, because I would definitely buy that box. It is fun. It's just such a fun series. I think there's a lot of great discussion that goes on in this book, and it's a really nice way to learn and develop along with Morgan, instead of hearing her inner dialogue and having her think, oh, that's why this, and oh, I see now that this is what they meant. I like it better when it's just naturally put into books. I don't like it when we kind of have the moral of the story or the lesson shoved at us. So that's something I enjoy in these stories as well. Like, it teaches good things. It shows Morgan growing, developing, and learning about how to be a good person without really just shoving moral lessons down your throat. It teaches you them in a story format and in dialogue, and just opening up the discussions between characters, and I really like that aspect. I also kind of figured out that the shower steamer that we got in the box is actually meant to represent the smoke room that they have in here, because the smoke room does a kind of milk and honey scent for them to help relax them. And so that is where the shower steamer comes from. And I think that's very clever. I'm really excited to use it. A little bit of calming during this very stressful time when we also are going through a pandemic is very, very nice. Something that I definitely could use at the moment. I think it was shocking where this virus came from. I mean, not the originator per se, but why this virus came to be. I was like, that is horrible and horrendous. And if you've read this book, you know, and that is just crazy. Like, how can a person be that terrible? I don't know. But overall, 5 out of 5 stars. I love this book. I would recommend it to anyone who enjoys middle grade, or maybe if you haven't read a lot of middle grade, but you like fantasy and you want to jump into something a little bit whimsical with some very cute and lovable characters. This is a great middle grade for you to jump into. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.